guys, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to Crafting with Lola and Oscar. Thanks for coming back and watching the videos, and welcome all new subscribers. Please don't forget to like and share and ring the bell for notifications and all that stuff. I work really hard on these videos, and I hope that you have been enjoying them. Well, like last week, we started that new collection by Crafter's Companion called Color Your World. And as you may recall, if you have not watched the video, you might want to go back and watch it. I did create this absolutely adorable card using some of the things that were in the crafting kit, such as this cutting die, and I utilized, I tried to kind of use everything. This darling stamp, which she was absolutely cute, the little boots, these are all stamped, so I really wanted to try and show you what a couple of those things look like, as well as these little stamps here and dies. Now this actually is a stamp, but it also is a die. And then they had stamps in here to make the little rain clouds. And so I just created this absolutely cute little card. Also, this was a 3D embossing folder. So that is in the kit. And this week, what I wanted to do was I wanted to do project number 2. And project number 2, I can't get this folder, there we go. So this looks like that, sits up really cute. Project number 2 is going to be dealing with the two sets of stencils that's in the kit. So Crafter's Companion has put in a 8x8 and then a 6x6 stencil. So you have the circles, the balloons, the butterfly, and the heart. I thought that I would work on the butterfly and see what I could do with the butterfly. So that's what we're going to do tonight for this somewhat quick video. I'm hoping it's going to be a quick one. I'm working on trying to keep my videos short. So that's why I tend to do a lot of pre-work and explain it later. So here is actually the stencil. This is one I actually did just to test it out and see how it works. So there we go. I just wanted to show it to you. The black part is embossed. I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, there we go. See the shine? So the black part is embossed. And then I just used some of my resist inks on this particular butterfly. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you how I made that one, and then we're going to put together a real simple easel card. All right, so the first thing what you need if you have this stencil and you want to do what I've been doing is I do have some temporary, initially when I did it, I used temporary tape and just kind of stuck it down, and you know, you got to hold it, because if you don't hold it, you're going to mess yourself up. Then I thought, you know what, I bought this stuff, and it's just tacky repositional adhesive for stencils, and you just spray it on and just stick it onto your paper. But still, you still need to kind of hold on to it. To get the black lines, as you can see here, and I really love how that turned out, what I did was I used my art liner pen, and I've already did some of this because it takes a little minute to do it, but I want to show you how I went around everything. And let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, I believe I got all the areas. All right, let's just go ahead and take it off. And I'm just gonna hold it down like this. Oh, this adhesive really, see, this is supposed to be repositional, but it's sticking to this paper good. All right, so when I just pull it up, okay. Yeah, I got everything, except for, I don't like how it messed up my paper. That's not fun. Let's see, we do a little comparison here, make sure. Yeah, so see, I kind of, by the time that I ink it up and everything, I think it will be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and then we're going to do the second part, which is where I'm going to actually do this embossing first, before we put the color in. Now, I've peeled this stencil off of my paper, and full disclosure, as they say, I don't like what happened when I used this, what was supposed to be light repositional tacky adhesive. I don't know if I got heavy-handed. I don't know what happened, but I'm so upset because it messed up all of my paper. And the tracing came out really bad. So as you can see how it messed up my paper. I don't know if you can see that. So what I did was I redid it again. I didn't put any more adhesive on here, but what I did was I just placed it, cut another piece of 5x whatever it was, and then I retraced it and just, take down this piece of paper. And this one came out a lot better. First of all, it came out a lot better because I made some boo-boos here, and then it didn't tear up all my paper because see how the paper stuck to the stencil. So yeah, that may be why I don't use it. Anyway, and the process of time of actually redoing this, I decided, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Instead of using my water reactive inks, okay, which you use for blending and water and all that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, reactive. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and do it all using the pigment inks, which means that all of this would be embossed, which would give it a whole different look. And so, as you can see with this one, you may not can see with this one, I only embossed the black. And see, and the rest of it looks very flat. So I am going to actually emboss the this part first. I'm still going to do this part first. I think I am. I don't know if it really makes a difference. Let me see. I don't want the black to get anywhere other than where I want it to go. So let me, no, you know what? I think what I'll do is I will do the color first. I'm experimenting. So let me put the stencil back. Get it back as perfect as possible. Okay, and then because still has that adhesive on there, that's a good thing. So I'm going to use these little doodads here, these little daubers. Instead of using a little round thing here, I'm going to use the little daubers, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to still try and match it up as much as I did here. I kind of like this color combination. It still is going to look different because, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my fuchsia, which is fuchsia, my parakeet, my orange, black, we'll use that for this right here, this crushed velvet, my honey pot, my favorite one, and then my spring meadow. And I'm going to do my best to, I'm just going to use these again. All right, so let's see, we're just going to, and I'm just going to sporadically, that's what I did before. I just kind of put it wherever it ended up, no certain spots. All right, so we have all that done. And last but not least, I'm going to go in with my black pigment ink. I'm going to go ahead and cover these up so that they do not dry out. Not that they'll dry out quick, but it is just a good practice to go ahead and cover them up. Velvet, my orange, my parakeet, and my fuchsia. So we get those covered up. And then I'm going to go in with my black here. I want to be very careful because I do not want to go over my wings. I only want the little antennas. Now, unlike the other ones, I kind of dabbed it. Here I am actually smushing it into the stencil. This little area is going to be tricky. All right. All right, so we are ready now to dip this in some embossing powder. Wipe my hands off a little bit. And let's see how these two look different. So So we go ahead and pull the stencil off. This is soluble. Oh, that's a boo-boo. This is soluble, so you can just wash that off. Now I'm not happy. I'm not happy because that is going to be disappointed. But anyway, I don't want it to dry out, so let me go ahead and dip it a couple of times. Quite unfortunately, we got that area right there, but it may not look too bad. I'll go ahead and get the embossing powder on here. And I'm going to actually emboss this a couple of times to make it look a little bit more dramatic, or whatever the word is I want. I don't have a brush. Sometimes you can get like a paintbrush. I didn't use my little cornstarch on this paper so that the embossing powder would stick. I should have done that. So I'm going to try my best just to keep my heat only on the butterfly. Alright, so I'm going to heat up my embossing gun. And quite unfortunately, I do have that little area there, but maybe if I could put a sentiment or something on it, it may not look as bad. Let me cover this up so I don't have any any issues. Alright. Let's see how this comes out. And while the paper is still warm, I'm going to go ahead and dip it back into the embossing powder again. Alright, let me do it now. I see another area where I miss inking it up, but I want to just go ahead and get this covered with powder again and go back over it again. Now you can see where the pieces of paper that kind of cooled off, the powder didn't really stick to it. But we're going to do it again. Alright, there we go. So let me, quite unfortunately, I'm just bummed out about that one area though. And there's no, I think the only way that I can kind of recoup from that is maybe if I put a sentiment there or put something there on the side of the butterfly. Okay, so let's set this to the side and take a look at it, and then we can compare the two. I'm not gonna be able to get this tape off. I got the tape off. Don't tear my paper, please. Let's do that. And I might have to end up cutting it down a little bit more, just cut it down. And we do have that there. There's no getting around it, but that's a different look. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see the embossing. I'm hoping that you can see the embossing. All right, So there's those two right there. So next what we're going to do is we're going to make a card. I do like this one. And I think the only thing I see that, but then again, I see a couple of areas where I missed some because I only lightly dabbed. I tended to do a little bit more deeper impression on this so to make sure that the color got on the paper. But there were some spots where I could have gotten more, like right here and like right here. I kind of missed that right there. But, well, let's just see. All right, so next we're going to make a card. You ready? Let's get that card done. So I'm trying to fix this little area here where I actually got too much embossing powder. I'm thinking about taking this pen and going in and just putting in this grayness in here, and it may almost look like I meant to do it. Let's see how this looks. We're gonna make the card, but as I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I can recover, because as I was trying to scrape that off, you know, that little extra embossing stuff, it ended up messing up my paper. So I'm just gonna go in here with this light. It's one of the tri-blend felt tip or one of the tri-blend brush pens. It's ice gray. I'm using the lightest color on here, and I'm gonna see how this actually turns out. This may not look bad actually at all. Okay, so I did that, and it doesn't actually look that bad. It definitely looks totally different than the other one, which was just dabbed lightly. So you can see, I think you can see. So I'm going to put my pen up. Again, this was the Crafter's Companion, the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend Brush pen, ice gray, and I used the lighter color to go in, whereas this one's white, as you can see, and you can see the difference between the two here. This one's totally embossed, and this section here is only embossed, and then just with the and then lightly dabbed color. All right, so I've made just a general easel card using some of the paper, and I have a 6x6 card. It's about a 6x6. It's just a general easel. Then I found a butterfly in my stash to make the stopper, so we're gonna put that to the side. I found a who doesn't have a hello die? I don't know. If you're a crafter, you probably got 100 of them like butterflies. And what I wanted to do was take, let's see, so we have our easel all set up now. I just gotta cut that temper. I have tape on this instead of using glue. Okay, so I've covered it with some of the paper. But now what I want to do is I'm going to take this, decide which one I want to mat and layer, because what I want to do is I'm going to put the butterfly on the back of here like that. And I don't know, I tell you, even though this was kind of busted up a little bit, I kind of like this. As you can see, I put a little border around this one, and then I was going to do one of these numbers here like that. But I kind of like, I hate to say it, but I kind of like this one better. So let's go ahead and round the edges. So I'll round the edges, and then I'm going to also put a little black around it. Okay, and this embossing powder got everywhere. I don't know what kind of busted, kind of messed that up, didn't I? I don't know what I was doing with that. So I'm gonna take I'm not gonna emboss this, but I've got the black out already. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go around the edges a little bit like that. Now I could emboss it, but you know, nobody wants to go through that mess again right now. You get the general idea. We're just gonna put a little black around the sides here. Quite unfortunate, there's a little something going on there, but I think it's going to be all right. And I want to wipe my hands off. It's always good to have a towel or some kind of wet something, you know, when you when you're doing this. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here. Yeah, I think we'll use this one. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll use this one. I'm gonna go ahead and use wet glue. on this, which will give me some time to kind of get it even on the mat. Oh, that's the whole section right there. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this on here like this, as even as possible. You know, I gotta be quiet when I'm doing stuff like this, y'all. This cannot be. This is perfect. First go around. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. So we have that like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna, for stability, I just cut out another piece of 6x6, and I rounded the corners. And then we'll put this here on this thicker piece of cardstock. Give that a rub, make sure it's attached all the way. All right, so we have this here. We have the easel all set up and ready to go. This will go here, just like that. I think it's really cute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take off, and I did put tape. I'm not sure why I put tape, but I'm sure hoping that this works out, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a really neat project coming up. And I'm hoping it's with, remember I told you guys how I'm learning how to do folios. Now, I'm not a picture person. I'm not, you know, like, you know how albums and all that stuff. And I've seen some beautiful folios, but they're all for pictures. This next project that I have coming up, oh Lord, did I mess this up? It is actually going to be like a prayer journal kind of thing. You guys are gonna wanna watch this. You're gonna wanna watch. I'm telling you, if you haven't subscribed, you wanna subscribe, and you wanna ring that bell for notifications so you can see when I actually put that video up. So now, what happens is that you have just a 6x6 card. Remember, you're gonna score it in half. That's how you get your easel situation going on. And you wanna score it into itself, not out, but I guess you wanna say into itself. And then only half of the card are you gonna stick to the back. So to make sure that I don't mess up, I need to turn this around so I know I have this right, okay? All right, and I'm just going to mirror up these edges, just like this. And this is tape, so I cannot make any mistakes. And like the glue, I can move it around a little bit. Oops. What's happening? Still off a little bit. It's off a little bit. Oh, it may have to be. It may have to be. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. All right, so we have that like that. And then we have our beautiful easel card, like that. The next step, what I want to do, what I did was I had some butterflies in my stash, and I cut out one white one and then some paper, okay? Then just another one with some of the linen cardstock and a white one. And I'm going to actually just glue this down. Do I want to glue or I want to tape? I think I kind of want to tape this down because if I glue it, it's not gonna sit quite ready, you know, yeah. So I'm gonna use some tape, some double-sided tape, and just go down. Now, I could glue it later, but for purposes of this video, I'm just gonna use the tape. Because you definitely want your stopper to be as, you know, strong and sturdy and all that kind of stuff as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on here like this. My little antenna's up. And just line it up. Okay, and then we will do that like that. Okay, and now I have my little stopper here. And then, again, it's just a little butterfly. It can go here, or however you want to put it. I'm not a total fan of this butterfly. As I'm looking at it, I'm not really feeling it. I think it's a little overpowering. I don't know. So I might change that. But we could put our hello here. So you guys know me, I like to temporarily put stuff down until I can kind of get it the way I want it. And I thought this butterfly was going to be a good idea as a stopper, but I'm looking at this thing and I ain't feeling it. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. But with the hello, and you can even, if you want to put it up here, but I think that would take away from the butterfly. So we stuck the hello right here, you know, just temporarily, right there. Okay. And then we had our other butterfly here. I think that still is a very, very cute card. But y'all, frankly, I'm gonna change that stop. I ain't feeling that stop or something. I don't know. I don't like it. I think the butterfly is too big. I have to find, I think, a smaller butterfly or something else to go right there for the stopper. But for right now, we're just going to put it down as the stopper. Okay, so there is your card. And then what we can do is, okay, so there we are. So you have a lot to work with. You can go ahead and cover all this back up with paper, which that's up to you. But when you open it up, then you have all this section here, and you might want to put a white piece of paper here, just like that. And then this can be where you can actually put your, sentiment or signature, or have a place where somebody would want to write on too. All right, very quick video, very quick. I hope it was quick. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you learned something from it. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We'd maybe round the corners again and put a little ink on it, like that, just like this. Okay, and then let's see, we can put, let's do a little orange this time. Just put a little orange around the corner here. Just like that. Okay. And we'll stick, because again, the easel is going here, and you want them to be able to write right here. And this is where they can have their message right in there, just like that. Well, maybe not crooked, but there we are. Let's see, do I have it going in the right place? Yeah, right here. So go right there. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's take a look at some few other little projects that I worked on. This one was taking a look at the embossing folder. I won't do a video on this, but this is that, I don't think I am, but this is using the embossing folder and just making it in some of the papers and just making a general card with that. Okay. This I think is so cute. I'm still working on this. I got these little things from the dollar store and I thought they were so cute. But it's just missing something. And they just sit up like little miniature easels. I think they're so cute. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I love it so far. And I don't want to cover up the wood part. What I might end up doing is redoing this and making this brown or something. Not sure, but this is kind of like a little work in progress. Okay. And then there is a project that this was done. Now everything's now temporary, but this was what I saw, just one of those window cards with the acetate. So I'm still kind of working on that one. It's featuring, the cutouts, the embossing folders, and I'm just kind of messing around with that to see what I can get. This sunshine word is just from one of my dies that I had before. Okay, so that's all the projects, of course, the one I did initially. That's all the projects that I have done with this collection so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know why I can't get this girl just to stay down. I'm gonna have to glue her down. I've used tape and everything. I don't know why she's just rebelling, but that's all the projects that I have done. I hope that, again, that you've liked them and you guys have a good week. And again, welcome to spring. April showers coming up pretty soon. They're gonna bring May flowers. All right. Alrighty, that is it. That is it for tonight, for this week, I believe. So you guys have a really, 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 really good week. Bye-bye.